Presents the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon. Morning of September 12th finds the participants in the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon setting up their transition areas in preparation for this early 8 a.m. start. The weather this morning for the event is cool air, calm winds, which will be great out onto the bike. Cool water temperatures, but not cold. However, wetsuits are allowed. There's John Vandersloot, a favorite for the event, with his brother Tom. Participants are getting instructions over the loudspeaker from Fred Bunn out of the East Grand Rapids Recreational Department.
No one is allowed to assist you. Participant numbers will be checked when removing bikes from the area. Bike rest will start until 11 p.m. And the road course number 21 and the further short or shirt must be visible at all times. 8 stations are available every mile. Please take plenty of fluid.
The course for today's event starts with a half-mile swim, then an 18-mile bike, and the final leg is a 5-mile run around Reeds Lake. Participants going in the first wave have been allowed into the water. There's John Vandersloot in the blue wetsuit. This wave is composed of 19 to 29-year-olds and individuals also that have been seeded. Number 87 is Steve Boss out of Madison, Wisconsin. Number 78 is Mick Chonaki out of Granville.
I can't see what's out of here.
Number 12 is Tom Vandersloot. We're just moments away from the start of this event.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the gun. Everybody ready? Have a good spin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's the start of the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon. Participants in the third heat are being allowed into the water. Doug Uzelak going in. This heat contains age groups 35 to 39 and 45 to 49. Numbers range from 216 to 309. In this group is Herm Eula, number 241 out of Ann Arbor.
Gentlemen. Be safe, have fun. Watch out for the temperature. 15 seconds. I gave you a 5 countdown. Go get it.
There's a starting gun for the third wave of the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon. First swimmer is approaching shore. Here he comes. It's John Vandersloot leading the way in 10 minutes and 34 seconds.
And doesn't have a wetsuit, okay.
Second swimmer coming out of the water. Tom Vandersloot in 11 minutes and 8 seconds. The angle of that sun makes it difficult to shoot into it to get a good shot of the finishing, but here comes the third finisher. Bruce Loss out of Holland, Michigan in 11 minutes and 30 seconds. He's followed by Larry Staley. Ryan Adams comes out. This is Todd Shipley. He's followed by Brian Stacy. Here come the rest of the swimmers, and we'll get a real mixture of the heats now with the various swim experience of the different competitors. There's Dave Newton out of Grand Rapids. David Klinger from Rockford, Michigan. Dave Emas out of Grand Rapids. Herm Mueller coming out of the water in 14:49. He's out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. These competitors will now change into their biking gear at the transition area and get out onto this 18-mile, very, very hilly course. Runs out to Ada, Michigan and back. John Vandersloot's come up the incline into the transition area, stepping out of his wetsuit, getting ready to get onto his bike and get out onto this course. We have a lead vehicle sitting here ready to escort him out onto this 18-mile course. He's mounted his bike. Tom Vandersloot's entering transition, but John's got his gears a-turning. He's out onto the roads. Transition area will become a beehive of activity while all these swimmers are flowing into it to change out into their biking gear. Second biker coming out of transition. Looks to be like Bruce Loss has made up some time. That's a drafting marshal. Then Todd Shipley. Another drafting marshal. And finally Tom Vandersloot rolls out in the lime green shirt. Now the bikers start flowing out in a heavy order. Adriana Rosa comes out. Brian Stacy. Philip George comes out. Looks like John Calcutt has finished his transition and getting ready for his bike ride. John's a master competitor who is seated in the first swim wave. Hermula finishes his transition, got his purple shirt on, is ready to mount his bike in the transition area. Keith Keeler, 205. Thomas Royce, and here comes Herm Mueller out of Ann Arbor, getting his gears in motion, ready for this 18-mile trip.
159, 240, 86.
Kelly Peters is running into her transition slot on the right, but just in front of her in the white t-shirt is Pixie Van Overen mounting her bike. She's the first woman out onto the bike course. Kelly Peters mounting up now. She's had a really fast transition. She's the second woman out onto the bike course. She's out in the hunt for that number 1 slot. Bruce Johnson out of Kalamazoo is coming out. First woman out of the water, Mary Beth Stemsinski, is number 3 lady out onto the bike course. Winds are calm at this point. It'll make for a good bike trip. We're at the 15-mile mark out on this bike course. The leaders have already gone through with John Vandersloot leading the race by 3 minutes and 45 seconds over his younger brother, Tom. Tom's got the second place yet, but he's only leading Todd Shipley out of Battle Creek by 3 seconds.
316.
This section of the course is on the east side of Reed's Lake and is a curving, gradual uphill section just prior to having to negotiate Hall Street Hill, which is the last hill on the course. But it's short and steep, and the competitors will probably have to drop down to their lowest gear to get over the climb. There's Herm Mueller out of Ann Arbor, working this uphill climb hard.
241. 257.
Working hard also is Kelly Peters, the first woman competitor. She's made quite a difference on this bike ride.
438.
Andy Young, David Hammer.
96, 166. 74.
These competitors will be looking forward to getting off of their bikes and transitioning into the run portion of this triathlon. The run will bring them back around to this point once again.
71, 193.
We're back out at the transition area, waiting the arrival of the first rider to complete these 18 miles of cycling. The lead vehicle is inside, which means the first place biker is on his way. Inside is John Vandersloot. He's going to finish his 18 miles in 40 minutes and 44 seconds. He'll go into transition once again and get into his running shoes and start the final leg of this triathlon. A 5-mile run around this lake. There's a 15-second transition time that gets Vandersloot out onto this run. John Vandersloot looking really strong at this point. Nobody else in sight. After 4 minutes, Tom Vandersloot, still holding on to second place, comes into transition. His bike time was 45:27. 15 seconds later, Todd Shipley out of Battle Creek's arriving. His ride time was 44:21. Shipley's made a faster transition and is coming down the aisle. Todd Shipley's taken over second place in this race through transition time.
9-7.
Tom Vandersloot coming out onto the run. The discipline of triathloning that he says he dislikes most.
Thank you, number
This
two.
was right time.
All right, Tom. Good job. Go, go, go.
3-1, 1-2-7.
Coming into the transition off his bike is Herm Mueller in 52:34. And the first place overall woman at this point in this race, Kelly Peters, finishing her ride in 47:38. John Atkinson in the orange hat headed out. Rob Watson behind him.
255, 358,
Bill Keith. Jeff Colvin. Gary Tullerson out of Farmington Hills.
180, 123.
Kelly Peters has made a 30-second transition and is out into this run. James Scales out of Belmont follows.
438,
Gary DeBoer out of Holland.
149,
Scott Shepard out of Grand Rapids.
175,
Herm Mueller's finished his transition and is coming down the aisle. Robert Lawson out of Novi.
222,
Bill Farrell. Howard Quinn going out. Herm Mueller's at the gate and he's out into this 5-mile run around Reed's Lake.
241,
Cal Ward out of Ionia.
74, 112,
After a minute and 42 seconds after Kelly Peters is out of transition, in comes a second woman making her way down through the aisle, Carolyn Calcutt. Her bike time of 49:26. She'll be pulling into the left side, hanging her bike.
140,
John Wall going through. Bernie Mombers. Jeff Fillion. 119 is Steve Southwell out of Grand Blanc.
119,
Carolyn Calcutt's made a 35-second transition and is out into this run. David Varney out of White Cloud. Rob Lambers out of Farmington Hills. We're out on the east side of Reed's Lake again at about the 2.5 mile mark of the 5 mile run. In the orange cap, John Atkinson out of Grand Rapids going through.
124, 420.
This is probably the second toughest portion of this 5 mile run because of the constant incline of this section.
198.
Scott Shepard going through, and here comes the leading woman, Kelly Peters.
334.
The hardest part of this 5 mile run is a 1/4 mile away when the runners get to Hall Street Hill.
438, 72. 69.
Steve Petruno going through, and here comes Herm Mueller out of Ann Arbor.
123. Then we got 51.
Jeff Smith just
225,
moving in front of him.
241. 127.
Scott Mitchell going through.
Pack of plays. 323.
Bruce Johnson out of Kalamazoo in the red Speedo.
366. 331.
2.5 miles left for these runners in this race, and then it's to the finish line.
220.
We're at the finish line of the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon. Here comes the lead vehicle escorting the leader of this race. He's led from start to finish today. It's John Vandersloot out of Rockford, Michigan.
Looks like here comes our lead runner.
Here he comes over the crest of the hill and into the last 200 yards of this race.
Looks like we may have a new course record, but don't bring him in now.
John Vandersloot's going to take the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon Championship in a new course record of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 45 seconds, and blowing all the competition away. Coming towards the finish line is the second place finisher today, Todd Shipley out of Battle Creek. Competes as a 25 to 29-year-old. He's going to finish in 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 4 seconds. Third and fourth place finishers. Scott Stewart's going to take third in 1:26.14. Bruce Loss out of Holland, Michigan, competes as a 35 to 39-year-old. Gonna finish fourth in 1:26.15. Headed towards the finish line and taking the women's overall championship for 1992, Kelly Peters out of Grand Rapids. She's gonna finish in 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 32 seconds, a new course record. Coming down this straightaway is Herm Mueller out of Ann Arbor, competing as a 35 to 39-year-old. Gonna finish in 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 32 seconds to take 75th overall, 17th in his age group. Making her way down the last 100 yards of this course to take second place in the women's division, Carolyn Calcutt out of Comstock Park, gonna finish in 1:37.26, finishing 54th overall.
All right, come on, Rob.
Good job, Jeff.
You.
Our
Good
second
job,
woman
babe.
coming in, Karen
All right, Caroline. Woo! Good job, babe.
And that way we get it on camera over here, okay? Starting off with our overall male, First place, John Vandersloot of Rockford with a record time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 40 seconds. That comes out to me. He broke the course record by 1 minute, 44 seconds. Super job, John. Our overall female winner goes to Kelly Peters of Grand Rapids with a time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 32 seconds, which also breaks her own course record by 1 minute and 51 seconds. Nice job, Kelly. In our Masters division, our overall champion in the men's is John Calcutt of Comstock Park with a time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 35 seconds. Nice job, John.
All right, John.
And in the women's Masters division, our #1 finisher, Julianne Cougar of Ada, with a time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 56 seconds. That is also a new Masters record. Congratulations, Julianne. In the women's 25 to 29 age group, in 5th place, Simone McCarthy, Grand Rapids with a time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, 43 seconds. In 4th place, Sandra Lake of Holland, 1 hour, 49:24. In 3rd place, Melissa Staley of Ann Arbor, a time of 1 hour, 45:53. In the men's 35 to 39, in 5th place, Jim Henderson of Kalamazoo with a time of 1 hour, 31:48. In 4th place, Greg Gilstrow of Ann Arbor with a time of 1 hour, 29:41. In 3rd place, Norman Hogue of Kentwood with a time of 1 hour, 28:50. In 2nd place, Doug Grosso of Battle Creek with a time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, 22 seconds. And this year's champion, Bruce Loss of Holland, 4th overall, with a time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Middle of the Pack Videos would like to congratulate you on your participation and completion of the 1992 Reeds Lake Triathlon. Hope to see you at the 1993 event.